Welcome back. This is the final uh, break session of this cipher. And so that means after this, we'll have like another 45 minutes of work and then be on your way. So cool. Thanks. Hopefully, it's been productive for everyone. I've been doing some stuff behind the scenes, but I did add another tutorial. And this one is one I've been working on as well. So it's answering phone calls in your browser. So the other one is making phone calls from your browser. So from your browser to an actual phone. This one is from the phone to the browser. So again, I'm going to be going over and creating these applications on Thursday of this week. So yeah, I'm probably gonna do some slides for it. So it'll probably be on my website, which is myslides.page, because I always have a bunch of different websites. That's a thing I do, and buying domain names. I have an issue with that. So yeah, so I always it's like I buy the domain name and then I'm like, I'm gonna build an application for that. So the .page domain was available, and I got the JavaScript developer advocate job. So I was like, yo, I'm going to be doing more and more like presentations. And so one of the things was that people would ask, hey, you can find my slides at, or whatever, how can I find your slides? And so I was thinking, if people ask me where they can find my slides page, it's at myslides.page. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool. So I have it to where, maybe I'll, maybe, I'll talk about that at a future date, because it's pretty cool, because you can actually like replay the presentation. So can I record the audio? And so you have the slides there, and they automatically sync with the audio. And so that as I'm giving the presentation, the slides change. So pretty cool. And then whenever I do presentations, like same thing. So when we're doing live, like I want you to be able to see the slides nice and clear on your laptop. So you can go to myslides.page, see the actual thing. So while I'm giving it, and it'll update the slides as I'm giving the presentation. Yeah, maybe I'll talk about that at another point. People seem to like it. So, all right. So for this final break session, I wanted to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart. If anybody knows me, knows I'm pretty, I guess, passionate or very dedicated to certain things. And two of those things would be like technology, specifically like the web, and hip hop and independent artists. And so that's one of the reasons why I've been doing like a college radio show for like 13 years at a local station here, is to be able to promote independent artists and artists that you may not be able to hear on more like larger platforms and things, So, and then I use through the web, because we have the website. So I actually stream the audio from the radio show since almost like the beginning, I think. Yeah, we've been streaming the radio show online for like over 13 years, and just using different web technologies and stuff. And so I'm just a big fan of anything that helps independent artists make a living, because if you feel like you have something to say, I believe you should be able to get it out there, and then maybe find people who want to support you on that, and so you can continue that living. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. I don't know if I want a world where everybody's like a computer programmer or something. You know what I mean? Like I want people to be able to follow what they want to do, and if they can make a living from it, I think that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? So I'm a big fan of like even back in the day, before like major labels, like being able, like independent artists being able to communicate with their fans directly. And there's this whole thing. Kevin Kelly, this is who I heard it from. Kevin Kelly made it popular for me. 1,000 True Fans. And so it's the idea of, if you can get 1,000 people to spend like $100 on you in a year, so it's like less than $10 a month, then that's $100,000 at the end of the year. And you can make a pretty good living from that. doing something that you want to do. So I'm always a big fan of being able to come up with ways, and the web really helps democratize that, because everybody like is on a level playing field as far as the web. I mean, you could say like with search engines and all this stuff, but like everybody, you can say, hey, if you like what I do, you can check out this website or what have you to support me directly. And I think that's pretty amazing. So stuff like Patreon and things like that come across is pretty cool. So yeah, with that, one of the cool things that I've come across for a long time now is called Bandcamp. And so I was familiar with Bandcamp when I believe that their URL was bandcamp.mu. And so let me go ahead and pull this up. But I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everything's going as far as like being productive and getting stuff done. So, all right, cool. So now here's my Bandcamp profile or what have you. So I've been, like I said, a fan of Bandcamp for quite a bit. And so as you can see, like in my collection, I have like 806 things that I purchased, like whether it be like singles or like, I think probably like t-shirts on there, maybe. I don't know if I bought t-shirts, but like albums. Pretty sure I bought vinyl through there as well. And so, yeah, I just wanted to show that. Yeah, so in my collection, and now this is for like also the radio show, because with the radio show, I also find a lot of artists through Bandcamp to play on the radio show. And I've built up quite a bit of like a camaraderie, you know what I mean? Like a friendship with a lot of different artists and things. And so I've had them on the show and stuff, and people are amazed, like to get their stuff played on the radio. It's kind of still amazing to people. And so that's cool. So yeah, so there's a bunch of people like on here that I purchased. And so pretty cool. And I actually looked it up, and my first purchase was like 2011. And that's funny because Bandcamp was founded around like 2007, 2008. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that it was bandcamp.mu. And that made me think that they're like overseas for some reason. And so, but then they got bandcamp.com as they got larger. And yeah, it's an amazing place where independent artists can set up a page and sell things directly to fans. And you can build like a community around it, which is pretty amazing. And so just once you purchase something from an artist, then you kind of come like within their sphere, and then you can kind of see what other people purchase things. So like, for example, here's my music feed on Bandcamp. And so you can see like this person also bought this track. And then it tells you like people that you're following, like they just bought this album. It's like, oh, if that person bought it, maybe I'll check it out and maybe I'll like it because, we purchased similar things in the past kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. So it's not like direct messaging or anything really. So it's not that type of community. It's kind of like being able to see into somebody else's crates. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this person likes the same thing. Oh, let me see what else they like kind of thing, which is kind of amazing. So they do really well with that. So it's not like you're sending a bunch of spam back and forth and things. It's like, oh, this person bought an album. Let me check that out. So, and then you can follow people and they'll recommend people like fans to follow, which is pretty cool. And then I'll see like different artists that I've purchased from. It tells me like, oh, this person has just released a new project or what have you. And so like right here, big shout out to the homie Wordsworth. I already own this, but shout out to Wordsworth. Super cool dude. L Scatter. Oh, this is a new one. I might have to pick this up from L Scatter. So this is how it like works. So I've spent so much money on Bandcamp, but it feels good knowing because it goes to the artists. You know what I mean? And because a lot of times with like a lot of these bigger like streaming services, like artists get like fractions of cents. And then a lot of that stuff is through algorithmic like suggestions and things. So a lot of times bigger artists who have more clout, they will probably get higher ranking in those algorithms. You know what I mean? Whereas just these are people who have like I can see that they purchase similar things. And so it's not regardless if the artist is huge or whatever. You know what I mean? It's like this person also bought it. they bought something similar to you as well. Maybe you want to check it out, kind of thing. And so, like I said, Bandcamp has more shares, whereas like the streaming services, it's fractions of a cent. But Bandcamp, they actually, it's like it averages out to like 82% of each sale goes to the artist. You know what I'm saying? Or the independent label or whatever, whoever owns that like page. You know what I mean? So fractions of a cent or 82% average. You know what I mean? And so I always try to tell people, hey, you know, if you're like an artist, you can go check out Bandcamp. If anything, you can always check out my page and see the different artists that I like, and you know, start there, because it can be a lot. Because I think I saw that they have like however many hundreds of thousands of artists on there, and especially I think they said like it's 10,000 independent labels, and then I forgot how many hundreds of thousands of independent artists, because there's a low barrier entry to enter. You know what I mean? So low barrier entry to enter, that makes sense, right? So it's like you sign up and then you upload your music, which is super cool. And so it's not like you have to be a big famous artist. You can just be somebody in your bedroom making music. And it gives you an opportunity to find like-minded people who may want to support you, which is amazing. And so that's one of my favorite things about independent artists and the web. Being able to kind of connect those is great. And Bandcamp does a really great job of that. Also, they actually do all this with like about like 100 employees, which is amazing. So, okay, real quick about Bandcamp. So Bandcamp is an online record store and music community where passionate fans discover music, where passionate fans discover, connect with, and directly support the artists they love, which is, you know, what I'm all about. And then they have all this stuff here. And so again, here it is, how it works. And so there's the payment fees. So because you can use like PayPal or credit card or what have you. And so there's a payment fee that comes from the actual processing. And then there's Bandcamp share. And then there's the artist share, which again averages out to about 82% and is typically paid out within like 24 to 48 hours, which is pretty cool. And they've also done these things. So with the pandemic last year, they did these things called First Fridays, Bandcamp Fridays. So every first Friday, they would actually waive their share of the profit of the sale and give that towards the artist. So I think that came out to like 90 some odd percent. So every first Friday during the pandemic, they were waiving their revenue share so that artists could get more, because I know a bunch of independent artists and they make a bulk of their money on tour. And with the pandemic, they weren't able to tour. So having Bandcamp be able to, you know, waive their share and give more money to artists, it helped a lot of artists out, you know. So, and they raise all sorts of money for artists, which is pretty dope. And then they also do things where they'll raise money. They'll do similar things and raise money for different organizations. So like the NAACP legal fund or what have you on Juneteenth. So they do a lot of cool things. And I have some notes here. So like their motto is, our success is tied to the artist's success. We only make money if the artist makes a whole lot more money, which is cool. So it's not about trying to nickel and dime artists out of like cents, out of fractions of cents. You know what I mean? They're also kind of been compared as the Etsy for independent artists, musical artists, which is pretty cool. And then 2020, like we said, everything pretty much doubled for Bandcamp as far as like artists coming to the platform to sell their music and like fans coming to support artists, which is pretty dope. Yeah, like I said, they have about 100 employees. So if you go to bandcamp.com, they have all these things. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna go over a little bit, but like here's different articles written about them. Actually, this one, the How I Built This, actually speaks with Ethan Diamond, who is the creator of Bandcamp. And you get like the whole story behind it and behind the scenes. It's pretty cool. Also, so then here is like the team as of January 2020 when they're able to get together. And so, like I said, it's about like 100 people. And yeah, it's a whole diverse people, like just about trying to help artists make a living doing what they love. And I thought that was amazing. And I wanted to share that because I thought it was cool. And yeah, so hopefully you think it's cool as well. And if you like it, you know, maybe support an artist or what have you. And yeah, so here's the website. What's cool about the website also, they do like articles. So they have news journalists, not music journalists, write different articles about certain things. And they actually have like Bandcamp weeklies where it's like a show showcasing different artists of different genres on there. It's pretty dope. So bandcamp.com. And so, yeah. And so, like I said, fans have paid $766 million using Bandcamp and $14.6 million in the last 30 days alone. That's amazing. And then they have this thing like, they have this, I guess, a kind of like a ticker that shows what's been selling on Bandcamp. So that's cool. And then they're offering Bandcamp live streams now, which is amazing. So artists, again, who can't necessarily tour can throw their own online shows. And so so you can do that on Bandcamp. That's pretty amazing. And then new and notable stuff. And then the Bandcamp Daily, again, are like different articles on different artists or different things happening. And so, yeah, pretty cool stuff. And then, yeah, and then they have the Bandcamp app and also. Oh, and this is pretty cool. So you can discover on Bandcamp. So you can search by like the different genres. You can do best-selling, new arrivals, artist recommended. And then this is cool, the different formats. So whether it be like digital, vinyl, compact disc, cassettes. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then you can do it by location as well. So if you wanted to find like a local artist that you wanted to support, you'd be able to do that as well. And so hopefully you think Bandcamp is cool as I think it is. And maybe find a artist, that you like, a new artist that you dig. And yeah, so that's it. So that's it for the final. Hopefully the mic didn't cut out this time. And yeah, hopefully it was helpful for y'all, as far as productivity. Tanya, I hope you got a bunch of stuff done. Hopefully it was helpful. Anyone else, hopefully it was great for you as well. We're going to be out of here. So we're going to think this one here, and I'm going to set the timer. So I'm going to make it maybe like 15 minutes more. So we're going to end at like 6:30. And so that way you have more time to finish up. But again, thank you. Hopefully this was helpful. And then till next time, thanks. Be safe. Be safe out there, and back to work. All right. Thank you all once again. untilit.works. Hopefully it helps you out. All right. Because I get a lot of stuff out. I'm actually going to probably watch Black Widow after this. Got a lot done. That's what I like to hear. That's great, Tanya. I'm glad to hear. So word up. So I'm actually feel accomplished. Got a lot of stuff done. So I'm probably going to watch Black Widow after this last work session. And yeah, end off my Sunday kind of chilling. You know what I mean? Because I feel good. Got done. So again, thank you all once again. And then, yeah, I think that's going to be it. So till next time, we have this notify section. Hopefully you'll be able to get the push notifications. Tanya, we got to work that out. And yeah, so just till next time. Thank you all. All right, be easy. I'm out of here. Thanks.
Start from the heart, I'm exploring state. I thank God for showing up to me. I appreciate this unique opportunity. I'm gonna rock so hard you never stop supporting me. I'm gonna show you how music is more meaning to life. I thank